The following episode of Almost Live was taped in front of a live audience. However, check back in 100 years, because by then, they'll all be dead. I mean, think about it. Even if there's someone in the audience who's like 16, in 100 years, they'd be 116. Or dead, more likely. But hey, don't worry about stuff like all of us being dead in 100 years. No. Now is the time for you to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the next 30 minutes of your ever-shortening life. 29 and a half, actually.
Got a happy, excited crowd here because they had a short work week this month. It was very short. We got Monday off for President's Day, which I have to say, I think is a very stupid holiday. I mean, we used to observe Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday. We had Washington, the father of our country. Lincoln kept the country together, ended slavery. But just too complicated to have two birthdays. Let's just have President's Day. Well, I mean, that includes all of them, you know, okay? So now we're honoring Herbert Hoover, Millard Fillmore, the big fat one with the mustache, or all those, you know, someone went up to Gerald Ford on Monday and said, "Hey, happy day." And he's like, "Huh, what?" "No, you were the president." "Yeah, you remember it. You pardoned Nixon, remember?" "Oh, that's right." Well, so we're honoring Nixon on President's Day, which I guess that's okay since they always have the huge used car sales on President's Day. Kind of appropriate, the patron saint of used car dealers. I think he'd like that. And with what's going on in Washington right now, I think it's time to combine a few more holidays. Now, for Bill Clinton, they could combine President's Day, Valentine's Day, and Secretary's Day. I mean, just kind of a perfect all fit. And it would serve another useful purpose as well, because we really need to get rid of Secretary Day, because it just doesn't work anymore. No one wants to be referred to as a secretary. It's like on that day, they're like, "What are you bringing me the flowers for? I'm not your secretary. I'm an administrative assistant, man. I'm not your secretary." You know. So I think simplifying our holidays would be a worthy goal for our state legislature, and it would take their mind off all the new crime bills they're proposing down there. Have you read this? They're considering over 300 new laws in this state. I mean, the police departments all over are saying, stop. You know, they don't want to have to enforce all this new stuff. We thought you might be interested in some of the laws that they're considering. For example, it's going to be illegal to blame plastic seats or creaky chairs for noises you have actually made yourself. That's going to be a new law. It will be a punishable offense for a citizen to have a personalized vanity car plates that spell out things like cutie pie or doll face, if in fact the driver more closely resembles a cow pie or horse face. That's going to be a new... We've got some validation for that. All right, well, maybe they'll pass that one. Also, no person shall get pierced in any part of their body in which, when the rest of us see it, we go, "Ew, whoa." It will no longer be acceptable to ridicule the clerks at Mervyn's. Also, guys from the 360 and 253 area codes will be forced by law to recognize that chicks living in the 206 area code are way out of their league. Way out. Face it. Just face it. And finally, it will be strictly forbidden to put Bobby Ayala in with bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth. up by acclamation. All right, we got a lot more of Almost Live to give you tonight, but first, stand by to see a preview of a new show coming to King 5.
Seattle, Washington, considered one of the country's most livable cities. And yet, it's a place shrouded in mystery, engulfed in enigma. What are these stories? What are these mysteries? What is the deal with all the damn smoke here in the studio?
The Unsolved Mysteries of Seattle.
I think it's really fun because my sister, she lives down in Roy, and that's 253.
Consider the strange case of Betty Arbo, the woman who really likes all the new area codes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a game. It's like a game.
And then there's this unexplained story. This is a landmark statue in Fremont, waiting for the interurban, upon which mysterious decorations seem to appear almost constantly. Is it the work of aliens from another universe? Or could it be local people who think they're being real cute and don't realize it's just a lame one-joke bit that should have ended years ago? They say it's your store. Yet, why has this man been arrested in the last month 16 times for helping himself to his beer? Here's a real head-scratcher.
What strange force compels Seattle drivers to travel 45 miles an hour when it's dry, 65 when it's raining, and 85 when it snows?
This building is scheduled for demolition in 2 years. Why wait that long? And then there's this strange mystery.
The Enumclaw Man, who finds Bazooka Joe comics unbearably hilarious.
And what goes on in this building? One can only imagine. And who can explain this? A big hat. Some boots. But where are the pants? You'll see them everywhere. Drive-up ATM machines with keypads, numbered and also written in Braille. Why? Are more blind people driving these days? And if they are, how did our dogs keep up? And get a load of this one. Redmond, Washington, home of an appliance company with a most unusual name. Notice the strategically placed accent mark above the A. Who do they think they're fooling?
It is yet another of the Unsolved Mysteries of Seattle.
All right, stay with us. We've got a great show, and we're coming right back.
As we discussed, we'll be doing this with a local anesthetic. The doctor will be in momentarily. Are you feeling a bit nervous?
Little. I gotta tell you, this hasn't been a good week for me. My boyfriend just broke up with me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully after this, things will get better. And don't worry, Dr. Jordan is very good. He has a wonderful bedside manner.
Great.
Shut up! Shut up! Oh. I have had enough of this, of your complaining.
You make me sick!
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore, all right? I want to see other people.
Oh, great! That's just great!
Yeah, isn't it, though? It's just super great. Now get out of here!
Oh, fine!
It's so great, isn't it? It's so great. Well, good afternoon, everybody.
Doctor?
Let's see, what have we here? Oh, yes. I am Dr. Jordan, and I'll be performing our little procedure today. And you are?
Sally, are you okay, Doctor?
Yes, I'm, never mind that about that little exhibition I had. It's over between me and Dr. Johnson. I am a professional. No sense in living in the past. It is time to move on. So, it says here that you're a 28-year-old accountant. Is that right?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful? Okay, as I'm sure you've been told, this is a very simple procedure, and there's nothing really that can go wrong, so just lay back and relax, and we'll all be out of here by lunchtime. Why don't you start the music, nurse?
Right away.
All right.
Why do birds suddenly
Not that song.
appear?
Sorry, doctor.
That was our song.
Really?
Weird.
Alrighty, scalpel.
Scalpel.
All right, I'll just make an incision here into Dr. Johnson's scalp. I mean the abdomen. And be careful to plunge it repeatedly into Dr. Johnson's eye. I mean to follow all the normal procedures.
Are you sure that you're okay, Doctor?
Yes, I'm having absolutely no compulsive thoughts about Dr. Johnson whatsoever. So, you're single?
Her boyfriend just dumped her.
No. A beautiful woman like you? He must have been out of his mind.
Well, I kind of...
Yeah, well, isn't that the way? I mean, you put someone through medical school, you make sacrifices, promises are promised, then they are dashed on rocks like so many dashed things, and then they repay you by leaving your life a living hell.
Actually, he was a VCR repairman.
Whatever. So, I guess you live alone.
Yes.
You have very firm skin. You must work out.
I try.
Do you come here often?
What?
It's just a little joke. So listen, after this is all over, I was wondering if you'd like to go out or something.
Excuse me?
You know, maybe we could go get some dinner.
You know, I don't think this is really appropriate.
Oh, you mean because of all this operating stuff and everything? It's no big... Oops.
Oopsie.
Let me get that. I'm so embarrassed. Oh, right, I guess I should wipe this off. Okay, forget it. I am a terrible doctor. Dr. Johnson is right. I am the worst doctor in the world. I understand.
No, wait. You're not a bad doctor. You're just upset. Believe me, I know. Breakups can be hard.
You really understand me.
Yeah. So, can you finish the operation?
Sure. But be honest with me. You were a little flattered, right? Maybe a little turned on by my asking you out?
Well, a little. I mean, you are a doctor.
Yes. Yes, I am. And I'm very wealthy, too, so it wouldn't be out of the question for us to go out sometime, right?
No, I guess not.
Nurse, why don't you make some reservations at Il Bistro?
Right away.
And then maybe afterwards we could go dancing at that place on Broadway?
Right, but the incision?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll stitch it up real good.
Thanks. You know, I think that you are really cute.
Yes. Yes, I am. I don't want to be forward or anything, but I want to kiss you.
Robert!
June!
Doctor?
We agreed to see other people.
You agreed, not me.
Well, she means nothing to me.
Hey!
Shut up. I can explain everything.
I'm tired of your explanations.
You know, I can't help but feel like this is
Shut
really...
up, whore! Look, you asked for this. Nurse, scalpel.
Scalpel.
You know, guys, hi. Could you maybe just fix me up here, finish the... Wow! Ow! That's just great.
And she is dead.
Damn, this is not going to look good at my review.
I'm sorry I killed your patient, honey.
It's no biggie. She was kind of a downer anyways.
I love you, Robert.
I love you too. You know, I just made some reservations at Il Bistro.
Ooh,
Let's go.
Okay.
Nurse, clean up this mess.
Right away, sir.
Come on in. Right. Hey. Come on in. Sit down. There we go. Sit down. Make some room. Good. All right. Thanks for being on time, everyone. Hopefully none of you were followed. That's a nice turban, Jeff. All right. Let's get started. Now, this is the 7th month that we have been meeting as an anarchist group, and I don't have to tell you that in those 7 months we haven't really done anything. But I am hoping that tonight the tide is going to turn and the flames of anarchy will be lit. Now, who's got a good idea? Leonard!
Yeah, I think what we should do is build some kind of a machine, see, that controls the Earth's weather on a global scale, but we set it so it just hails all the time. Like forever and ever, just hail, 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 hail.
I don't think so, Leonard, but I'm going to write that idea down for later, like maybe never. Does anybody else have any bright ideas? Yes, Carl?
Yeah, my idea involves some vandalism. Is that okay?
Yes, okay. Now, vandalism can serve a very important purpose in anarchism, as long as its motivation is in subverting the dominant political establishment or any sort of coercive government. So, what's your idea?
Here's the plan. We sneak into where they keep those metro buses, and you know those posters on the side that say Como News 4? Well, we take the K in Como and we change it to an H.
Como News 4?
Exactly.
Okay, Carl, I don't exactly follow you here. Is it this Homo News 4, is that like a statement for like gay rights, or what is that?
No, I just thought it would be funny.
Well, actually, Carl, that is kind of funny, but seeing as we're an anarchist group, that isn't really what we do, so I'd say that idea pretty much sucks the bag. So does anybody else have an idea?
I think I've got something. We all put on our disguises, and we go out on the street.
Yeah.
And we watch people. Everything they do, everywhere they go, we just watch them.
And what would we be gaining by doing that?
Well, we would certainly know what they're doing.
Would we just be watching them?
Right, that's the beauty of it.
Raymond, you pretty much just want to be a spy, don't you?
Yes, very badly. Maybe I should just go somewhere else then, I guess.
See you, Raymond. Okay. Does anybody else have any bright ideas here? Yeah.
Yeah. You ever stop and think that maybe, just maybe, the reason we don't actually get around to any, you know, anarchy is because you pretty much just keep shooting down all our good ideas?
Yeah. I think I've thought an awful lot about that tonight. I mean, what is the matter with you guys? We're anarchists. We're supposed to be anarchists. Now, I'm a real anarchist. I've firebombed cars. I've broken into government buildings. I've exposed myself. It's not exactly anarchism, but I mean, you know, you get the point. Now, I think all of you have got to go home and think hard, real hard, about whether you really want to be anarchists or not. Meeting adjourned.
Hey, I don't know if you guys are busy, but I'd be totally up for messing with those buses.
Right on. I've got my mom's car. We can go together.
Let's do it.
Cool. This is the Late Report. Well, Amtrak is putting over $5 million in renovation into the King Street Station in downtown Seattle. They hope that instead of a shoddy, run-down home for transients, the station will become a classical, turn-of-the-century, upscale home for transients. U.S. West is hoping to build a new steeple at the Trinity Anglican Church in Redmond so they can use the steeple to conceal 6 new wireless telephone antennas. This should help kick off their new slogan, U.S. West, more powerful than God. Well, former Oregon Senator Bob Packwood collected roughly 4.5 times as much money as a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. as he did as a senator. Upon realizing how much money he made last year, Packwood became so excited that he stuck his tongue down his own throat. Well, Microsoft's online magazine Slate plans to start charging $20 a year for a subscription. Critics are skeptical, saying there's no way they're going to pay $20 for a magazine they can't take to the bathroom. Well, the Auburn School District levy failed by 2 votes after a recount. Auburn school officials have protested that the recount is probably erroneous since the people doing the counting were educated in the Auburn School District. Now, the DigiPen Institute of Technology in Redmond is the nation's first offer a bachelor's degree in video game development. Required courses include advanced computer programming, graphical design, and how to make it look like real blood is coming out of a guy's head. Mike Lowry's official state portrait was unveiled at a ceremony last Friday, with the former governor commenting, "The only problem is that it looks just like me." After a few moments of awkward silence, officials realized they had accidentally unveiled Dixie Lee Ray's portrait by mistake. Finally, the Pacific Science Center has a new exhibit called Aliens, Worlds of Possibilities, which features a display of what strange aliens from other planets might look like. After touring the new exhibit, former Governor Mike Lowry said, "The only problem is that it looks just like me." This has been the Late Report. Thank you.